Welcome back, everybody. Let's gather around the telescope. It's time for that at Easy Astronomy. Today I'm going to be talking about red light, bright light, dim light, which one? I have a variety of red lights all around me. I'm going to do something with this. Let me put my glasses up here. I am going to take a sketch and just set it right here in front of me. I'll be pausing the video at times, so if it ever gets choppy, you'll know why. I'm going to be talking about red lights, and then I'm going to angle the camera down when I'm done showing you what I have, and I'm going to show you. Actually, I'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it that way, and I'll show you what the brightness of each light is like. Here in my office, I'll have all the lights shut off. It actually gets pretty dark in here when I put everything off. So anyway, I'm going to start with one that I've had for quite a long time. Had it for over 10 years. I actually have several of them. It's the Starlight Rigel Systems Mini. You can see it works. It has a dim light, and then it's supposed to get brighter as we go. I find that on the brighter setting, it's way too bright. Like even with the light on max, and as I put it down towards my sketch, it's just illuminating the sketch. The dimmest one tends to be pretty good for keeping that. I like this light. We'll talk more about that in a minute. The next one that I have to share with you today is the Explorer Scientific ARL 07689. It's just a mini flashlight. It does come with a lanyard. I like the lanyard because that way I don't have something in my head shining in your eyes if you're observing with me. The negative is it can get into the coat, but sometimes I want it in the coat. I probably waste too many batteries because I hate turning them on and off. I find that once I get a light to the setting I like, if I put it around my neck, I can then get the light to where I want it, and I can keep it there. So this one I am going to have to come back to because evidently I've left this on and the batteries are dead in that. We'll come back to the Celestron. I'm going to pause it really quick. Okay, got it to work. Didn't need batteries. I just needed to tighten down the thing. You can see it has 3 modes. It has a red flash, it has a red bright, and then it's supposed to have a red dim. I'll show you what each of those look like when we get there. My next one is one that I really like. I have several backups of these in the case. It is the Photon Freedom mini light. I actually have it right now around a lanyard, and it goes around me like that. What I love about this is it can be very bright if I want it. When I turn it on, you can see it's actually pretty bright there. But then by just pressing and holding, I can really dim this sucker down, and it's great for sketching. This will probably be a bad thing to admit, but if I'm sketching, a lot of times I can just put it in my mouth and then I can bring my sketch in, whatever I'm doing, up to me like that, and it's perfect. It's perfect for that. So you don't ever want to borrow the one on my lanyard. I have others in here. The other thing that I like about it used to be you can order these separate now. They used to come with them, but I guess everything gets expensive. You can get them on little clips, and I'll use those on my sketch pad and then angle it down and then just get the setting just right. It's probably my favorite. I have 2 on clips like that for sketching. You can also get them to where they have a lanyard. I don't like their lanyard. It's just one of those really, let me turn that off. I'll be needing that later tonight. It's just one of those really just flimsy, really thin, I can even get it out here, little things, and it just clips on. Just clips onto this end right here, the Photon Freedom mini light does, and then you can hang it around your neck and stuff. Okay, as I spill all this over my floor here, pull that up. There's the clip. You can see I have that. I'll actually probably put that back in here. Those are the clip ones. Set those back here. Here's what the clip looks when a photon's not on it. And then they also have, if you want, I kind of like these. I like these for sketching a whole lot. They're Velcroed. It is a ring, and it just fits around your finger, and the photon goes on there, and you put it on your finger. And actually, when you sketch, now if I have a photon on there, it actually just fits really well in there. I'm going to just show you that really quick. I'm going to pop this photon out. which is pretty easy to do. They just snap in. See, it comes right out. What the other thing I like about the Photon Freedom is look at the size. Here's my thumbs. There's how big it is. You can kind of get a sense of it right there. It's just basically about one tip of my thumb to just beyond my first knuckle. So when I put it on here, I'm going to pop this in. There's a little hole in the back, and that goes in here. And actually, while I do this, I'm going to just take it off the finger. We're going to get it in there and get it in there. Now when I go to sketch, I can put this on my finger. I can light it. I can get the adjustment I need. Now when I go to sketch, I have a light that I can put it on the finger I'm sketching with. What I typically do is, let me take it off. I put it on the opposite finger than what I'm using because I'm right-handed. And then I have this on a clipboard, and now it's really hard to see. Maybe I'll angle this down a little bit. So sorry about that. I can now just basically light up my sketch, especially on a clipboard, and I can just do my sketching with the light right there. So another option you have for that, which is a really good option. So we're gonna put all that back in that bag so I can do that, and we will close this one up and drop that back in my bag where I keep all my lights. Photon Freedom. Get it on Amazon. They're about 17, 18, 20 bucks. Well worth the price. I really like these a lot. I like the controllable dimmable feature. Next one that I'm going to do is, we've done the Starlight, we've done the Explore Scientific. I'll just go back to that really quick. It's okay. It's just really kind of bright. It's too bright for me. The low setting's okay. We'll see it when we go to the dark mode. Then the other one I use for sketching is, I found this on Amazon. It's the Hoga booklight, red LED booklight. I'm going to tell you, it is actually, I think, too bright at its maximum setting. There's its maximum setting. There's its dimmest. But what I like about this, notice the first click after I come from off is to the dimmest setting. It doesn't start like typical lights, like all the other ones, start on the brightest and go to the dimmest. This starts on the dimmest. I have put just some 3M lens repair tape over it, as you can see right here. I use that to dim lights. And I dim light. I like this because on my sketching boards, I can, if you look, just attach that right down, and I can get the light exactly where I want it on the sketch. And if I was sketching, perfect. Show you that in a minute. Okay, we'll leave that over there. But let me turn her off. I don't want to waste the charge. This one, and let's go through some of these. The Photon Freedom, it takes one of those 2032 batteries that pops in. You pop off the back and it replaces it. I've used them 2, 3, 4 years before. I've had about 3 years before I have to replace them. The Explore Scientific, it takes AAA, I believe. AAA on that one. The Rigel takes a what is that? Not a D, a 12 volt. You have to pop the end off. I don't like that. Sometimes I've had it to where once you've popped the end off on some of them, they tend to pop off. My friend Shane, I gave him one. His actually, we had to replace the battery. We replaced it. Didn't get that on quite right, and it actually fell off, almost hit the mirror on my 14. That was not a good night. So he only uses that at his table, not at the scope anymore. The other ones, the other ones that I have, the Hoga there is no battery. It's a USB-C charge, and the charge will hold for about one full session, about 6 hours worth of observing, maybe 8. I think I've gone 8 before I've really lost it. Just depends on temperature. In real cold weather like I have tonight, probably get 4 or 5 hours. I'm not going to be out that long, probably 3 hours tonight, doing some lunar and open cluster and a double star sketching tonight. Another one that I have is, and this is probably a good 15 years old. I don't even think you can get this actual model anymore. This is an old Black & Decker Used to have a little thing here. It broke off, a little clip. But it's an old Black & Decker, as you can see right here. And it's a white light, but I use fingernail polish and dimmed it down to where it is pretty decent. You can do that. You can put fingernail polish on them and dim them down. I've done that. That's probably more than like 20 years old. But it still works. It still works really good. Other ones I have two black diamonds. I have a newer version right here, and I have an older version here. I like the black diamonds. I like that the fact that one click right now, and I have that there. And then if I hold, just like the photon, it dims down really good. If I make it a lanyard and put it on a lanyard and hang it on my neck, it can illuminate. The only thing I don't like about headlights is that people leave them on and then they never do this. They never angle them down. If I'm using it, really, I'm going to use it for sketching, and I'm going to angle it down. I don't want somebody approaching me and doing it. What I like about the black diamonds, one click it's off, one click it's on. Now it does not go back to the dimmest setting. I am going to have to dim it, so it's going to come on bright. I usually patch my eye or just close my observing eye, which is my left hand. I'm right-handed, but I'm left hand dominant and left eye dominant. Go figure that one. So like when I shoot, I have to shoot left-handed. Really interesting. But both of these are that way. I really like the older version myself. Probably my favorite. And then 3 AAA batteries on this one. Pretty easy to, you just open it up, replace the batteries, and close it back up. This is a newer one, and same thing. I have it set up not to go on white mode. You can do that with the black diamonds. You can just simply click it. There's its brightest setting, and then it goes and it will dim. Once it's dimmed, we can dim it down. If I'm going to do multiple sketching, sometimes I'll put these on. I haven't worn a headlamp in quite a while. I usually just stick with the photon. So, but it's something that you can use. I think you can get them down dim enough to where it's not going to kill your night vision. It's not going to help it. But I do like the black diamonds. They're pretty good. The other one that I got is I got the Apertura headlamp. And you can see that here. Turn it around. Now this has no white mode. It's all red, but you can see that red. That's how it comes on. That is extremely bright. Too bright. Second level, third level, last level. Even the last level, little too bright for me. This is one I'm either going to take red fingernail polish or some red lens repair tape and going to put that over that to dim that down. I mean, like tonight, for what I'm going to do with a waxing gibbous moon, I'll probably take this one tonight and be sketching. And what I'm going to be sketching, it really is not going to matter whether I have a bright red light or even a white light tonight, since I'm going to be doing lunar and then double. The open cluster, I'd like to have a little bit of dark adaptation as much as the moon will allow me to have tonight. Some of the other ones that I have this one. This is an older one. This is a Gina Astro, I believe, a Gina LED dual beam astronomy flashlight. It's older. I still have it in its box. It's another one of those that is a 9-volt battery. You actually, to change the battery, have to unscrew it. These 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, are what you have to unscrew. And you can see it has a dim setting, and then that red light will get pretty bright there. And then if I want, I can turn it on here, and if I flip the little switch here, I go from red to white. So you just have to be aware of that. Once I make that switch, usually got to shut it off and then turn it back on to get the red light, the other light. It will switch right to white light, but switching back, I usually have to shut it off and then turn it back on to get that red light coming back. And I can tell this one's a little old. Battery's probably getting a little worn on this one. I don't use this one a lot. Could put it around lanyard. I don't like the brightness on this one. I don't like the build of this one. It's good plastic. I do like the fact that unlike the Starlight from Rigel, that this pops off, that I have to unscrew this to change the battery. It means the housing's a little bit more firm when I go to switch it, but for some reason you can see that I've changed the battery, and so it's a little sensitive on there. But once it works fine. Turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on. If I leave it in the red mode, never use the white mode, absolutely fine with that. So we'll be showing that as well. Let me just pause for a minute. I have Shane calling. We're going to be going out observing tonight. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So I have gone through the last one is the Celestron Night Vision LED flashlight that I have here. It is another one that the top will pop off when you need to change the 9-volt battery, and it is just like the Rigel or anything else. It's just, this one is only red light. I do like that version. It's a little more solid built than the Starlight, I think. They're about equal, I guess, in feeling them. They're both made of plastic. There's no metal. My screen here, I can see I need to take a cloth and just clean off the dust on the corner on these, the dirt. This one's newer. This one's made in China. It doesn't say where this one's made. And again, it's on a lanyard, one of those flimsy lanyards. I have a couple other lanyards I might put it on. I do like the dimming of this, but we'll see what you guys think when we put them on here. So just to do a quick review, I've gone through the Explore Scientific little mini flashlight. I've gone through the Photon Freedom, which I have here. It comes in a case like this. I've gone through, I did miss this one, so we'll go through that one in a second. I've gone through my homemade one. I've gone through the Starlight by Rigel. I've gone through the Hoga clip-on booklight. I've gone through the two black diamonds, basically same IP thing. One's newer, one's older. And gone through the Apertura headlamp. And then I've gone through the Celestron LED light. Then I have another one. This is, got it off of Amazon. It's called Wally Shine. I'll just hold it up there. Maybe you can see it. Don't know if it's going to focus. It's a push, and you can push. There's bright, way too bright. And then back here is a knob, and you can go bright, or you can turn the knob in the back and dim it. You can see right there, I can just turn that knob and it turns and brightens or dims. So we'll show you that one. Push in, knock, turns it off. I'm going to pause again. I am going to go and turn the lights off and then come back, angle the camera down, and then I'll tell you each one that I'll show you in the camera which one I'm doing and then what the light looks like. So let me pause quickly. Okay, this is going to be perfect because I can't turn my monitors off because I'm recording. But I'm going to start, try to go in the order I went. This is the Starlight Rigel system. You can see I have a sketch pad down here. I don't know if you can really make that out yet. So we're going to start, and I am just going to start lighting it up. There's a very low setting on the Rigel. We'll bring it back. There we go. So I'm going to have to hold this up so you can see it. There's its very dim setting. I have a galaxy in there. Don't know if you can see it. Some stars. I can see it here. It's really probably good for sketching right there. I can bring that up, the intensity increase, and we can go even brighter. Now you begin to see there's the galaxy. That's on full bright mode. So if I were to pull back, you can see now the sketch is there, the stars are there, the galaxy is there. But if I come back, that's probably mid, that's probably about low power. So the adjustable on the Starlight is actually pretty good. I really kind of like that. Okay. The next one I'll do is the Celestron. Here's the Celestron. Can't really see it. But it's here. We're going to turn it on. So there's the strobe. You can see how the strobe is in the dark. There's the pad. There's the brightness. You can see the galaxy, see the stars. There's their low end. The low end again isn't bad. It's not going to kill your night vision. It's great for sketching. I can make out the pad really well. So I do like it for sketching. I like that it's on a lanyard. I like that it's all metal. I think that's a plus for this one. But the brightest settings, I mean, that's not going to keep my dark adaptation, to be honest with you, as you can see here. Okay, so, but I do like the dim setting on that. I like that it's made out of all metal. Okay, now I'm going to do my photon, which is around my neck. There is full bright mode. That is way too bright. I mean, it lights up my paper and my eyes really well. But now we're going to dim her down. Going to dim her down again. Almost. Whoops. See, that's the only thing I don't like about the photon, is it's great when you get it where you need it, but then every time you turn it on, as you can see, it goes back onto bright mode. It's something that they have here. Here you can see it's probably a little bright. It's great for sketching. It's really diffused on my paper. It doesn't look that way up here, but it's diffused. I can really be able to see to sketch. So the photon freedom, that's its brightness level. The next one that we'll do is the Hoga on the sketch pad, and I'll bring the sketch pad over. We'll turn the Hoga on. The Hoga's on. You can see it's on. That's its dimmest setting. That is perfect for sketching, especially with the break repair paper on it. We'll go to the next setting. Not bad. You can now on the camera make out some of those stars, and on the brightest one you can begin to see. This one doesn't have, it just has stars on it. It's a practice sheet. I'll bring the other one up here. You at this one now can see out the galaxy and everything else on here, and we'll turn her off and go back through them. Again, that is perfect for me to be able to sketch by. A little bit better on that one. Brightest setting, a little too bright, but I really like the Hoga. The Hoga is really convenient because it clips onto the clipboard, and it's good there. So we'll put that back over there. The next one we'll go to, I think I went to, was the headlamps by Black Diamond. We'll go to the Black Diamonds, and we'll turn that down, and we'll bring that up. You can see right there, that's at max power. Okay, we'll now dim her down. There we go, bright. There we go. That's probably its dimmest setting. Really good for sketching. Not going to kill my night vision, and it's angled down, so that's pretty good. That's the older Black Diamond. I'll put that over there. I'll bring up the newer Black Diamond version. I believe these are the 3. I forget what they're called. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the notes. But there's the bright level. Again, that is way too bright. That's going to kill your night vision. But we're going to dim that all the way down. And notice, that's what I like about the Black Diamond. I can go up, and as long as I hold the button in, it will continue to go up and down. And even if I click it, it's not bad. That right there would allow me to sketch. I can see everything on the paper. Harder for you on the camera, but it really does. I'll take it off my head. It really does illuminate. You can see, you can actually, I'm getting the headlamp right down in there. I'm going to dim it down even more. And if I get the headlamp in there, see, I'm brightening it up. Too bright right there. Way too bright. Way too bright. Has a flash mode. I don't want the flash mode. We'll dim her down now. What I love about the Black Diamond is once I get it where I want it, like about there, maybe a little dimmer. That's about as dim as it goes. We'll go up. We'll go down. Right about there. That is perfect when I'm sketching from a distance, or if I want to bring it in and take a look. I can actually see my objects. I like the feature of the Black Diamond that I can adjust, and then it keeps the adjustment for me. It's one of the huge positives there. Coming through now, did the Hoga. We'll go through my old-fashioned Black & Decker. can't really see it here. You can see with, it's very pinpointed, but it's very diffused. It's a very dim light. Okay, barely make. I can make. You can make out details when I come over something. There's the galaxy. I can see the details here. It was a lot better. I have to actually have something to hold this with now, but that works really well. Very dark light. Okay. Photons there. Went through the photons. Got that one done. Just taking a look here at what else I have. This is now done the Rigel, done the Black & Decker. We'll go through the Explorer Scientific. I don't know if I forget what we did. There's the strobe. There's the brightness of getting a little dimmer there. Yeah, we did do this Celestron, and then the strobe. Bright's too light. That's dim enough, and it can be hanging down enough. I can sketch with that light without impacting my night vision. So Celestron's not bad. Like I said, it's made of metal. Now I've gone through the Rigel Starlight. Let's go through the Celestron, and we'll turn her on and bring the sketch up to where you can see. There you go. That's on its dimmest setting right there. And highlights will increase the brightness. As I increase the brightness, see, that's way too bright on the bright level. But if I were to keep it down here, I don't think it makes a spotlight. You can see that in the camera. On my paper, I can see the spotlight as it moves around, but it's dim enough to where I can use that for sketching, just don't prefer to. Here's the Apertura headlamp. I'm not going to put it on, but I'm going to act like I have it on, and I'll turn it. You can hear the click there to where it angles down, and we'll turn it on. And there you can see full bright mode. That's the brightest mode. It's like looking at daylight, to be honest with you. So I can't adjust that. So that's the next level down. Still way too bright. That is the next level down. To me, that's still way too bright. And finally, click it one more time. That's like the brightest level of some of my other lights. It's still too bright. Like I said, for maybe when the moon's up like it is tonight, that's okay. But if I'm going to use the Apertura headlamp, I'm really going to need to put some either red fingernail polish or some brake light repair tape on it. It's just way too bright for me. And then right here, the next one I have is the Wally Shine, and we'll turn it on. You can see way too bright. So gonna turn her down. You can see I can go way bright. I can go brighter than that. That's like daylight. Now we'll go back to the dimmest setting. Dimmest setting's way too bright. Okay. At a dark site, I don't want that much light coming out. I can sketch really dim. My eyes still are pretty good. So that's how it is. I'm going to pause it and then get the lights back on and just do a quick recap. Hi, still around the telescope, so here we go. Just going to recap really quick. Starlight Rigel, I like it. It's all plastic. To change the battery, you got to pop this off, and then 9-volt goes in. This comes back on. I find sometimes when you go to put it back on, this gets really flimsy to put on and off, and so I don't like it. The minimum setting, again, just fine for sketching. I like that it has a lanyard and it goes around me, and I can then adjust. It is one that if I want, I can do that. Shane didn't do that to yours, so the ones I share out and do, they come from a different bag. The Celestron, the Explorer Scientific Mini flashlight, all metal. I like that. The dim setting is okay, and I can sketch by that without hurting my eyesight. It's on the lanyard. I like that. It's compact. I like that. I use this one. I've considered either darkening it with just a little bit of red fingernail polish, or even some, let me just kind of angle this down, red fingernail polish, or some of the red lens repair tape that I have, just to darken it down a little bit, just a tad, just a little bit. If Explore Scientific sees this, just dim this one just a little bit, just on the dimmest setting, just a little bit. But I do like it. Okay. My Hoga that I have on my clipboard for sketching. Once you put paper on it, once you put some of that red lens paper, I really do like this on its lowest setting. And again, I like that when I click it on, it's on the lowest setting. It doesn't start the brightest to go to the minimalist. Okay, I'll be using that. I use that in the field all the time. So you know, I'm kind of a fanatic about gear. I got 3 headlamps. Actually, I got 5 headlamps. I find that sometimes I need to give one to somebody and then teach them how to properly use it. I do like the black diamonds. I do like the new version. I like that I can leave it on red mode and then I can go bright. I like that once I set it to the level I want it, right there, I can turn it off. I can turn it on and it maintains that level. It remembers that level. Now if I want to adjust, I do have to go to full brightness again. I'm down at the lowest level. That's great for sketching. And I can angle it so when somebody comes up to me, I'm not going to hit him in the eye and stuff. I can also put it on a lanyard, and with a lanyard it works great for sketching. So good headlamp to have. It does have a white mode. I just leave it in the red mode. You don't need to worry about that. Went through the Hoga, showed you what it comes in. Got it from Amazon. So there you go on that. Put that one back in there. Went through that one. My homemade one, I wish the clip still worked, but I have a little thing that I can, when I use it, it is really good, really dim. I can angle it down. It's also one, so I can do that with it. I really didn't show this one in the dark. I guess I should have done that. This one is just like all the others. See, it's on its white mode. I don't like that. I don't like that the button for white mode is right above. Let's see if I can show you this. See, that's the button right here. You slide. Right now it's in red mode. Now it's in white mode, red mode. What I find sometimes is, see, it's in red mode, but then if I can accidentally bump that and go to white mode. If you're gonna get one of these, just get it in the red mode. Don't bother with the white mode. Okay, they are LEDs. They do last forever. I've had this one for 10 years. So anyway, but because I've changed the battery, since I've changed the battery in this one, the switch up here gets a little fickle sometimes, and so I have to play with it sometimes. I don't use this one a whole lot. It's okay. It's just the plastic and flims. So put that back in my secondary box. Let's see. The Apertura, way too bright. It is too bright. I love that it's all red. It's great. It's a USB charge. You can see you charge it right there. USB-C charge right there. And little clip in there that goes down. Need to get it back in there. There, it's back in. Just got done charging it. It's just way too bright. That's too bright. That's too bright. The lowest setting should be its brightest setting. I can't honestly recommend this. Maybe for a takedown, for when you're taking down and other people are still observing, especially if you angle it down so it's not flashing in somebody's eyes. It's just a really bright. I'll dim it down. I'll use the tape and or some red fingernail polish, but it needs something to dim it down. I got to play with that one. The Celestron Night Vision, I like this one. I like this one a lot. It's dim enough to where I can sketch with it. It does, on its brightest setting, it's way too bright. But on its dimmest setting, for sketching or looking for something in the eyepiece case, it's a good one. It's all plastic, 9-volt battery, so you got to pop the head off to change the battery, just like you do. It's very similar. It's almost like, I'll be honest with you, they took the Starlight, modified it a little bit, but you can see you can see here, they've modified it a little bit, but it's the same basic design. They've just done whatever they have to do, I think, to avoid copyright. The Starlight's a little thicker, but a lot shorter. This is a lot thinner, but a lot longer. And again, either one of these is good. I just don't like how you have to change it. Maybe somebody from Rigel or Celestron can come on and give some recommendations about how to change the battery and make sure the top doesn't come off. That's my only fear. I won't use it around my scopes. The Photon Freedom, I like it. Again, it's bright. I'm not going to lie. Even on its dimmest setting, but at its dimmest setting, I can sketch with it. It's not going to, it hangs down here. I can mouth it pretty easy. And I like the convenience. I can put it on my finger. I can clip it on the clipboard I'm using. I just like the diversification that comes with this and the different ways that I can use it. As you can see, I usually have one always around my neck when I'm observing. And it's not one, it stays in the, this is one, I'll be honest with you, this one I've had for about 4 years. Haven't changed the battery in it, the 2032. You change the 2032 right there. You got to pop it off right here in the back, and then this lifts off. You change the battery, put it on. This clips back on. I haven't had to do that. I've had to do it on a couple I've had, but I can leave this one on the dimmest setting. And then usually what I do is I always have a coat or something on, even in the summer, a light coat. Just put it inside the coat. It's not going to bother anybody. It's just for me. It's for me for using to find an eyepiece or to sketch with. It's a little brighter than the Celestron at lowest setting, or the Rigel, or these two, the Rigel Starlight or the Celestron Night Vision LED at their dimmest settings. It's about equal to those. So I'm trying to think what else. Oh yes, talked about the Apertura. The Wally Shine, just way, even on its dimmest setting, it's way too bright. This one has to be darkened. That's all that comes down to that one. I would not use that in the field at a dark site. Red light, dim light, bright light, what's best? You have to make a decision. It's your eyes, it's your observing. You have to decide. These are the options I've gone through. There's other options out there that you can use. I've seen pens with red lights for taking notes with. I don't need to do that. I use a white pen, white gel pen on the back of my sketches to take my notes, and then I transfer them over to Sky Tools when I get home. The one thing I do know is you've got to watch the brightness of the light and make sure that it's not impacting you and that it's not going to impact other people. And you need to have good star party etiquette if you're observing with other people. I would say no white light. If you have white light, you really need to consider whether or not you're going to open your car. If you're going to open your car, and I know on my Subaru, my mirrors, if I open a door, those mirror lights come on. I've actually gotten covers for them. I'll have to show that sometime. They're snow covers, so if you park your car outside during, like here in northern Utah in the winter, and you don't want to get ice or snow on them, you put these covers on, and then you can just unzip. They just have one of those sliding locks. You just slide it off, zip it off, whip it off. They're plastic, and the snow and ice, your side view mirrors are clear. They're dark enough. I can put one on, and you're not going to see the white light from the ones I got. So I cover my mirrors. I keep my windows down. That's how I usually access my car. I put red LEDs in my Subaru Ascent, so it's all red, so that when I open the doors, you're getting red light, not white light of any kind. So I do believe it's important, if you're going to observe with people, you have the responsibility to minimize, whether it's a red light, bright light, dim light, no light. You have the responsibility to preserve your own night vision, but to make sure you're helping to preserve other people's night visions. Gone through options here. Like I said, there's other options out there. If you have some and want to share them in comments, please do so. Would love to see that. But here you go. That's basically the video for today. Red light, bright light, dim light, no light. Make the decision and abide by it. And I know I need a little red light for sketching. If I don't sketch, then I would just prefer not to have a red light on. Hey, I need to get ready and start. It is 4:48. I'm going to get out to just a local site about 15 minutes away, 75% gibbous moon. Might do some lunar sketching with a lunar filter. I did a little bit last night, so I have some lunar sketches I need to share later in the week. Tonight I have some open clusters left that I didn't get to from when we had new moon. Good time to go after open clusters and have some double stars. And I'll probably use a moon filter and do some more lunar sketching tonight. Just kind of want to get out. It's such great conditions out there. Don't want to do it in the backyard. My grandkids will want to come. They've been really sick lately. I don't want them getting sicker. They're starting to get better. So my granddaughter will make sure she comes out if I put a scope in the backyard. She said, "I can wear my coat, Papa." And I just don't want that for her. I don't want her getting sick. And the other reason I'm leaving, not going to the backyard, is I don't want to get sick. Have another video that I'm going to post. I went looking for new sites. I found some great new sites. Can't wait to share that exploring video with you. And then there'll be more this week. I'm going to do one on types of galaxies for newbies and classification, morphology of galaxies, and a few things like this. I hope this has helped you in some way to consider what lights you're going to use, how you're going to use them. And again, they should always be angled down. Always angle your light down. It's fine to hide your light, okay? Some people don't like to do that. I recommend it. Like I said, I usually hide mine in my coat. And anyway, I hope you have clear skies. Thanks for gathering around the telescope. If you have clear skies like I do tonight, please take the opportunity to look up and connect with what's up in the universe. It helps to remind us just that how fragile life is here, how important it is, and how important we are with each other, with especially our families, our friends, our close associates, and to make sure that our relationships are good one with another. Have a great night. Talk to you soon.